The Lakers are allegedly, I don't know why this is so close. Lakers are allegedly distancing themselves from the rest of the pack in a Dejounte Murray trade, according to Sam and Mac. It feels like they've separated themselves. They want 2 first-round picks, a starting level player is the rumor, and supposedly they've gone back and forth on a deal. The deal centered around D'Angelo Russell, Jalen Hood-Schifino, and a first-round pick, and it's contingent on D'Angelo Russell going to another team. So it's one of the trades that we would like to see is probably, like I said, Dejounte Murray going to the Lakers, D'Angelo Russell, and Jalen Hood-Schifino to the Nets, while first round pick goes to Hawks from the Lakers, and the Brooklyn Nets send the Atlanta Hawks Spencer Dinwiddie and the 2025 Phoenix first round pick, top 10 protected, as Murray's value continues to feel like it's between 1 to 2 first round picks. And we see that Terry Rozier is the first domino to fall, as he was like, the plan B for some other teams, as Dejounte Murray might have been too rich for them. So it makes sense why this is happening. I wonder who's going to sign him, but yeah, it's definitely interesting to see how this is all playing out, because I'm with you guys in the terms of the way that this is playing for Dejounte Murray. I don't know who's going to end up with him, because it feels like at the same time that it's wide open to whoever the hell can offer enough picks is going to get him. So I'm curious, like you guys are, with where Dejounte is going to land. And yeah, I mean, we talked about this the other day, so let me know your thoughts down below. And the rest of the video will be reporting we've done in the past.
Yo, what's going on, guys? And I'm on my way home right now. I just interviewed Marcin Gortat in Orlando. I'm driving back down to Miami, and I saw a notification come on my phone, and we're hearing that the Hawks and Lakers are discussing a Dejounte Murray trade. We've been covering this for the last few weeks. We've said that it's more than likely Dejounte Murray would force his way to LA, being a Clutch Sports client. I do want to get this out of the way that I like Dejounte Murray. He's a good rebounder for his position. He has become a good three-point shooter. He's a guy who can, average easily almost double-digit assists and be a 20 points per game scorer. But I do want to point out he is not the defender that he used to be. I do want to say that. As much as I love Dejounte Murray, I think he's a great basketball player, and I think he's perfect for the Lakers. And the deal that we're hearing out of Los Angeles for Dejounte Murray would be D'Angelo Russell, Jalen Hood-Schifino, and a 2029 first-round pick. And the talks have stalled since then, but they're expected to pick up closer to the deadline. Basically, the Hawks want 2 first-round picks. The Lakers are saying, look, we got only 1 first-round pick, and in return, we'll give you Jalen Hood-Schifino. But the Hawks are going, hey, we could have drafted Jalen Hood-Schifino, and instead we got Kobe Buffkin. So maybe you go around and you find us a different pick or player, something along those lines. I personally would not be surprised if this deal ends up being like D'Angelo Russell and Jackson Hayes to the Hawks, while Jalen Hood-Schifino and maybe like Maxwell Lewis or Max Christie are packaged to another team for a first-round pick. So a team gets what the young assets from the Lakers and sends a pick to the Hawks. Hawks send Dejounte Murray and AJ Griffin maybe to the Lakers, and Lakers send the Jalen Hood-Schifino, whatever assets they get for Jalen Hood-Schifino, and the only player they're sending is, Jackson Hayes with D'Angelo Russell, or there's also been rumors of a Gabe Vincent, Alex Reeves package. So for me, when I look at this, I think the big thing with Dejounte, and then we talked about it right here, was Dejounte Murray is a guy that definitely is talented. He's going to improve the Lakers in multiple facets of their game. But I even asked the AtlantaHawks.com writer Kevin Schonard if he had any thoughts on why Dejounte Murray's defense fell off a cliff, and he literally goes, no idea. But his defense in the second half of the Spurs game was scandalous, which is true. But my boy Aaron Barton said, I think the big thing is like with him is that he was always a good guy who filled out the stat sheet. And I think he was a good point of attack defender before the ACL injury. I think the ACL injury took a little bit of that athleticism that made him great. And I think, being on not the best of teams, he racked up stats. And it wasn't that, like, he was like an all defensive team member, but he's not that anymore. And people act like he's like a decoy candidate that's available for trade. And I just want to make it clear, like, Dejounte Murray is very good, but like he is no decoy candidate that is available for trade, okay? He's, when he's locked in, he can be a good player. Like, he's still an all-star caliber player, but he's redundant next to Trae Young. Now, that's something that I do get scared playing with LeBron James, who's still a guy who needs the ball in his hand. Anthony Davis needs the ball in his hand. You have 3 guys now who need the ball in their hands to be like most effective. So that's where I kind of look at this and I'm like, oh, is that the right way to go about this? I don't care about the assets, the young players that the Lakers have to give up to get him. I don't think that matters at all. And I have said before, I do think Dejounte Murray is worthy of trading because he's under contract for a long time. For the foreseeable future, gives you a point guard. But for the Lakers, they need to go big this year because LeBron, he's probably maybe plays next year. If Bronny does another year of school, he'll play next year for the Lakers. But in 2 years, when Bronny does enter the draft, I don't think LeBron is going to be a Laker unless the Lakers draft Bronny. And if he were to stay, Dejounte Murray would be somebody that would help him make him stay. Now, also, I would like to say, I don't think the Lakers should feel to get Zach LaVine or somebody else because I think Dejounte Murray, the age, like him and AD could be the future 2 guys when LeBron does leave. So I do think that's something huge. And I want to hear your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think of this whole situation? Just because if you're a Lakers fan or a Hawks fan, I do think the Hawks are trying to maximize they just want draft capital back, I think, personally, because of what they gave up to get him, and they knew they overpaid, so they're hoping that they could get something, close to that. And I think, going ahead and trading Dejounte Murray now is the best way to do so, as if they wait longer, I think the value will go down, and I think his value is still relatively high, even though we will agree, a bit of an overpay that for what they gave up in terms of draft assets. I don't think the contracts or the players were necessarily bad that they gave up, but I think more so in the sense of having a guy that clearly, Trae Young, the whole thought was, to make Trae Young more effective, let's take the ball out of his hand and do this my turn, your turn thing. That didn't work. So I think the whole thing they're realizing is, damn, like we should probably go out and try to get a guy who can be potentially the difference maker for us as a point guard, because the point guard position has been their weakest. So I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm also really hoping that we're definitely not making this light. That was a long. That light was definitely just not happening for us. But yeah, for me, when I look at this, I do. It's not like I'm surprised, but you sit here and you think, okay, like it makes sense that the Lakers would want to do this. And long term, I don't think the Lakers will get robbed asset wise. I think the people who could get screwed asset wise are the Hawks. Aren't going to recover what they gave up. That's a fact. Hawks will not recover the assets that they gave up for Mr. Dejounte Murray. Now, I think the biggest thing with Dejounte is believing that you could theoretically get that's where I guess it's just difficult. It's just difficult. Maybe Patty Mills could be involved in the deal. I have no idea, man. It's hard for me to see the Hawks parting away without getting multiple draft picks. That's my whole thing. I think they do want the multiple draft picks. That's their big thing. So I do wonder how that will go about, as I definitely think it's an interesting sort of situation for this team. But yeah, that's basically going to be my thoughts for today. I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Oh my God, I'm supposed to be taking a right here, and that's just not happening. I thought I was taking a right, but no. I thought I was taking a left.